Hey!
Welcome, people. Come in. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. This is OMG Live, the quarantine edition. Yeah. Yes. This is Easter Monday, the Monday of Easter here in Trinidad and Tobago. We're sending you all kind of lots of love and peace and happiness today and every day, people.
I'm Richard Young, welcoming you to this brand new week. I just reminded myself that we suddenly have time in our minds to reflect, to rejuvenate, and to rejoice for all that we do have. However big or small, there are people making do with less. I think they have been given the opportunity to reposition our minds, to be kind to each other, do things for people in our lives, and live a life of meaning and service to others. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. I think we really need to take time to look at ourselves. You know, I keep reading this how about service to others and the daily gratitude are two things that give our life deep meaning, purpose, and joy. So it seems that this weekend has us digging deep, boy. To our fellow co-hosts, how was your weekend? Salazar, tell me, what did you do? How was yours?
Well, like I told you on Friday, I was really missing my family. So we virtually connected. Everybody sent pictures of what they were doing and, you know, pictures of everybody cooking. I have a blow-up pool in the yard. So my daughter and we were outside pretending that we were by the beach. Easter egg hunt, just my daughter and the dog. But I hid eggs all over the yard and she had a good time. So we made the best of it. Keep sending out our love.
Yeah. Vonette?
Richard, what you did? Oh, Vonette, yes, Vonette.
Well, I went to the mall. I did some shopping. I went to a party. I went to the beach. Everything else that I do in my head, but I really just do man chill out, to be honest with you. Everything else I just do in my head. Generally, I just. What about you, Raghu?
Well, I was, I mean, some days I did go to the supermarket a couple of times and I didn't mind because it was something to do. Besides, I also had some exercises that my instructor at the gym that would have sent to me maybe a month and a half ago to do in times of lockdown. And I said, you know what, let me try. And I did a couple of them. Not all that he said, don't kill me, but I did some and I felt proud that I did some. I made some attempts. And that was basically it. And I had to cook. I made my world famous lasagna. My world famous lasagna was made yesterday. So
wow.
That was it. But you know, mostly at home like everybody else.
Good.
Richard Young.
Yeah, well, you almost took the words out of my mouth, Richard. I started my exercises as well. And I don't cook because I can't cook, but I went in the kitchen because I thought it was a bonding exercise because I live with my mother and she is there cooking. So I did a salad and there was a lot of bush and cresses and lettuce and I cut up cucumber, tomatoes, I had olives, I had stripped cabbage in there and I stuck a little tuna inside and she said, hey, you could cook then. That wasn't really cooking, but so that's what I did on Easter Sunday. And then we sat and communed at the table, which we kind of miss a lot of times. We don't do things like that. I just eat and put things in my belly. But this time we had a meal and that was special.
Nice.
I just cooked. I cooked and I slept and I cooked early because I didn't want to be 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the evening. I still cooking. So I just cooked and I slept and it was a wonderful Easter. We had wonderful weather in Trinidad and Tobago. And I just listened BBC to CNN to Al Jazeera. I just listened to those and movies. Yeah, it was cool. I love Easter.
Yeah.
Okay, well, to all the islands in the Caribbean and all those around the world, we are truly glad
Right. OMG Live people, the quarantine edition is our way of coming together to talk and laugh and share and build a community around this dreadful COVID-19.
Today we'll be playing our game, listening to music, checking out what's new coming to your screens, and generally have some refreshing discussions to help you pass your time at home.
And we want to say a big shout out to men like Stephen Dubal and Kunupia.
Boy.
Hi, Stephen.
Boy.
Master Control in Central Trinidad. Welcome, Stephen. We love you. Now, people, please share this live. Share this live. Put on your timeline now. And select notify so you'll know when we are on next. Just share, and you'll be notified, people. They got the house.
Well, this little story is dear to me because last time Cecilia said, you're always saying somebody is your model. A lot of people model with me.
Yes.
It's kind of a few decades of people. Anyway, in 2002, this young man from our Trinidadian artistic community got the opportunity to go to Germany and perform in the stage performance of The Lion King. His natural singing and performing talents opened many doors for him there, and he remained in Europe performing. Another great talent we couldn't see here and nurture here. He had to leave Trinidad to fulfill his dreams. Here is a little clip from the talented Trinidadian Daryl Smith.
Holding back the years, thinking about the fears I've had so long. When somebody hears, listening to the fear that's gone. Strangling by the wishes of better, hoping for the arms of nature get to me sooner or later. I'll keep holding on. Keep holding on. I'll keep holding on.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Lovely. Yeah.
Nice.
And people, you can follow Daryl on
that's
Instagram
great.
at Daryl Smith Official on Instagram.
Nice.
All life best, Daryl. Congratulations, my friend. He used to be in Kalaloo Company, you know,
Absolutely.
Salad. Don't know if you remember.
Really?
Yeah.
He looked very familiar. Yes.
Yeah.
I've actually done some work with, I remember I did some work in terms of budding actor at the time before he left. And so we have done some work with him. And he used to work backstage. He used to work backstage.
Right.
Too.
Wow. You see?
Yeah.
Follow your dreams.
Well-
Yes, that's so great. Yes.
Yeah. Boy, like,
Yes,
Yeah,
boy.
yeah.
Wow. Yes,
during
Penny.
Friday show, we have some VIPs and
Right.
point of views, and we want to share it with our Facebook viewers.
That's
The billboard.
VIPs. We have some VIPs in the house, very important points of view. First, we have Cara Prindella, and I just reminded I used to do Prindella's line of clothes in my shows. She says, knowing the commissioner of police spoke about the party situation just yesterday, and the same evening, they had a party. Dotishness at a different level. Claims.
Yeah, boy. They don't know he mean business.
Big donkeys. Rick Bascom from Port Spain was one of our next point of views. Rachel's a friend of the theater as well, an actress. She's from Port Spain,
Yes.
and she says, unfortunately, the party is one that we found out about. There's just one. There were many others, I'm sure. You're right.
Gosh.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Because you heard the Minister of Health, the Minister of Health said he all right. Our next
Lime or beach or something.
Our next VIP is from Arima, and she says, exactly, just stay home. And it is unfair to the people who are following the rules, man, because in this case, Peter pays for Paul, because we all have to stay home longer because of
exactly. Right.
Wow, I don't understand, yes? We really are a party nation in Trinidad. I swear.
It's crazy, and that's why...
The social media shout out, Bonnet.
Oh yeah. We have a few people on social media here. Heidi Hackshaw, Dominic LaRoche, Paigey Page, Ron Oliver, Dave Herbert, Rachel Bascom is on again, Carol Prince Mandela
Bye,
is on
Rachel.
again. Kirk Cambridge Delpesh,
Regulars.
John Michael Thomas, Rebecca Elias.
Hi, John.
Ron Tia is watching us from Florida. My friend Winston Payne, Ambika Rampasad, Simone Donalan, of course, Wigil Roma. You know, we can't function without Wigil Roma on. Yes, Natasha Thomas, Greg Cave, Vuna St. Rose, of course, another regular, Christine Jack, Heather Spencer, Kiswana Blood, Nigel Campbell, Pauline Phillip. Thanks, guys. Thanks for logging on.
Paigey Page was also saying that she and Daryl Smith used to also usher at some of the plays. And I forgot that. He used to be an usher too. So, Cool. Yeah. Thanks for reminding me, Paige.
We'll be ushers. Nice.
Yeah.
Before we move on further, we have to do serious business. We have to, today, we have to show our OMG Live COVID-19 updates for the people who are sleeping under a rock.
First, let's take a look at the latest World Health Organization figures.
Today, the worldwide COVID-19 infections has gone up from 1.6 million on Friday to close to 1.9 million today. On Friday, 100,000 has increased to 116,037 souls. So 16,000 souls died over this weekend, people. However, on the other hand, the recovery had jumped close to 100,000 recovered from Friday to today. So today's recovered figure is 434,840.
Okay.
Wow.
In Trinidad and Tobago, that only means 8. We have 2 new positives, so we are at 113 positive COVID-19 cases, and our discharge has moved up, Penny. I know this was very important. She's moved up to 16.
Yeah.
Very happy. So since the pandemic started in China,
So obviously China first, they're a little further along than Italy is with the curve, but talk about the return to normalcy and how slow and halting it is, still is in China. What can you tell us about this weekend?
Well, every move here is cautious because the numbers haven't gone away. China is still posting new cases every day. In the past day, it's up to 108, and nearly half of them are linked to one small city on the northern border with Russia. There was one flight that landed in Shanghai. 60 people on board tested positive for COVID-19. So these are the hotspots that China is still concerned with and why they are taking such slow and cautious steps. And all of these steps are linked very closely to aggressive testing. In Beijing alone, they're averaging about 8,000 tests per day. They've done 40,000 tests on people since the 1st of April. Even to book a train ticket to come out of Wuhan, you need to test positive. Before you get on the train, you have to test again. You go into quarantine. You come out only when you test negative. So what China has been trying to do is push this aggressive approach to testing so that they know where they stand, especially with asymptomatic cases. They've been tracking those only since the 1st of April, but this is another category that they seem very intent on watching as they're trying to get the economy back on track. There are more businesses that are reopening here. More factories are coming online, but it's not to say that things are back to normal across the board. Kids still aren't in school. There are a lot of businesses that are still closed. Some people are working from home, but they are so fearful of having this second wave of infections. And if we take a look at Japan, let's say, now reporting over 500 cases a day, the northern island of Hokkaido has had to declare a state of emergency for a second time. They let the kids go back to school. They let a lot of businesses reopen, but they're seeing the case numbers edging higher again, and they're alarmed at how quickly those cases are multiplying. So they've got a second state of emergency. The borders in Japan are all but closed, and we're seeing this trend in countries across Asia as they're trying to prevent this second wave of infections.
Wow.
Amazing.
Well, you have it. There you have it
Wow.
on OMG Live COVID-19 update. So, guys, what are your thoughts on this issue? Penny?
I just wanted to say one thing. Just in terms of the Caribbean figures, I know we didn't give for Jamaica and Barbados. No, it's 71, and Jamaica is at 72 in terms of cases. In terms of some of the other Caribbean islands watching on, who may not be aware what their numbers are.
Right.
So I'm just putting that out.
Thank you.
I am amazed at the mask she's wearing, though. We really have to find that mask is looking so scary, though. We need to use some. We need to get another mask. Scary.
I think it probably was fit for purpose too.
Yeah, but it's testing. We have to do testing. That's what is the answer they keep saying. You have to test. Go into the areas because you're systematic. I can't say that word. People, you have to test and find where the clusters are. It's the only way we can get rid of it. So I really hope I see Trenda is going to wrap up testing. Yes.
We're going to move on one time. We're going to move on, people, because we all know what we have to do. We all know what we need to do. So let's just make this happen and save ourselves. Great. So let us move on, people. We're moving on one time to very intellectual discussion. And we're going to head over to Meanwhile at TikTok.
I don't know if any of you have these moments where you are greeting acquaintances looking really bad and you know it's not your place to let them know. So do your best to bring peace and cordial salutation. You understand?
Look at her. And she gonna be ashamed of herself coming out looking like that. Hey girl!
Hey, how you doing?
Fine. I'm on my way to work.
Well, call me when you get home.
Okay.
That's very familiar here.
If any woman out there,
oh my God.
If any woman out there was wondering how God made men. Well, this person found the recipe. Tell me if you think the right girl is the right.
Funny
what are your thoughts? What do you
think? Two funny TikToks there so far.
Yes, I think that one got it right.
We have another
I
one.
would agree.
We have another one.
Yes.
What if you got the chance to be on the cover of Vogue magazine? Did I mention that I did it once? And they told you, no, your legs are too long. Somehow I think this person had more wrong with them than just their legs.
They tried to put me on the cover of Vogue, but my legs were too long. Every day is leg day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thighs, calves, all the way.
I love it. That is so much fun.
You understand?
They have a lot of time.
But
There's a lot of time.
He could have gotten like everybody.
It would have been very
True,
hairy.
Penny, but yes. A tan thicker too.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh, let's sweet, yes.
So that was how TikTok people are passing their time, right? But now we have a guest that we did. We have a guest that Richard did an interview with. We'd like to run this interview for you people. So listen out.
Okay, people. I have with me Daniel Francis, the author of the book, The Millennial Mind, Success Secrets for Unlocking Your Full Potential. First off, welcome to OMG Live, the quarantine edition. So where are you from, Daniel? How old are you and how did you decide to write a book?
Well, I am from Santa Cruz. I am 28, actually turning 29 in less than a week. And I decided to write this book because as a personal development coach, I work a lot with millennials and I saw a theme with the challenges they were having. So I thought the best thing that I could do is to write a book that kind of encompassed all of these specific challenges so that it could be read by more millennials so that it could help more people.
How did you decide to launch the book at this time, this coronavirus quarantine time?
Well, to be honest with you, I came up with a big, elaborate plan since November 2019, which included a physical book launch on my birthday, which is April 15th. But then Corona happened and I had to figure out how to pivot. And through that, me and the team came up with the idea of doing the virtual book launch and after party. Because, there's all this negative energy out there because of Corona. So I thought, let me bring some kind of positivity by still launching the book. And then on top of that, doing a virtual launch that persons can tune into from the comfort of their home.
So for those who don't know, because some people might be hearing this and wondering, what is a millennial? Explain what a millennial is. What are the specific issues that millennials face?
Right. So, a millennial is anyone between the age of about, let's say, 23 to about 38, 39, around there. We have specific challenges in that we were mainly born in an era where there was a lot of technological booms. So, for instance, I grew up with Wi-Fi. My parents, they did not grow up with Wi-Fi. We have issues that kind of stem from that, in that there's a great feeling of instant gratification that we grew up with. So, if we don't like something, for instance, like game, we could just download a whole new one. If something isn't working, we could just get another one. And that was just our upbringing. Because of that, as adults, we kind of have our own specific challenges that affect us when it comes to, as I would put in my book, adulting, which is basically dealing with these new responsibilities that we're not accustomed to from that transition from school to adulthood.
I want to take this time to congratulate you, because a lot of times I feel that what is the problem is that we don't apply intelligence to resolve it. It's what you're doing here, applying area of sociology in a way. Besides writing, what do you do for fun and relaxation? Let's know a little bit more about that, Francis.
Fun and relaxation. So I actually don't count myself as a writer. I actually did not like English that much. So me writing a book is a big surprise, especially to myself. But for me, I am a very social person. So I love just getting out there. I'm actually part of an event company. So we throw huge events. So I'm always used to being out, having fun, talking to people. As I said, I live in Santa Cruz. So I'm like 15 minutes away from the beach. So I'm used to just being a beach bum and enjoying myself. And outside of that, I am really focused on fitness. So I love playing basketball, exercising at home. Once I am in a social social interaction and basically feeling most like myself.
I like the sound of it. Quite balanced. One thing we like to always ask people at OMG, what is one thing people may not know about you on a first glance?
I feel like I tell people this and they just think it's a weird, funny thing, but I actually have one leg kind of longer than the other one. So when I put on shoes, I have to put a little insole so that I can walk balanced, because if I don't, I kind of walk kind of lopsided. And every time I tell my friends that, for some reason, they think it's hilarious.
Well, thanks for sharing with us, Daniel. It was really great meeting you. All the best with your book. And the last question, where can people get it?
Glad to be here. So right now, the book is on pre-order for the ebook version, but from April 15th, the physical book and the soft copy book will be available on Amazon. And I am actually in partnership with Printtree TT right now, so that if someone would like to purchase the book locally, they can go on Printtree TT's website and purchase it, and they can even do delivery, because I know some persons don't have a credit card to purchase off of Amazon, so they can use Printtree as a way to pay cash to get it.
I love how Daniel Francis is championing his age group, and he has penned this beautiful book that we need to get, The Millennial Mind, Success Secrets for Unlocking Your Full Potential. Thank you very much, Daniel. To our online audience, you too can send us your thoughts. Just email your video clips or voice notes to info@omgtt.com with your name and contact information.
Right.
Yeah.
Good.
So we have social media fans out there. Want to get some shout out, what people saying? Our audio went for a little bit, but I think it's back up now.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
Yes, it
It's
is.
back
Yeah.
up. It's back up, yeah.
Right.
So Heather
what our
Spencer is
fans
saying,
say?
congratulations, Daniel. Young man. Rachel is saying, great job, Daniel. Chanel Padmore, well done, Daniel. Kirk Cambridge, brilliant. He's talking about Daniel, of course. Ambika, kudos to Daniel. I like the target group. I guess because the book is specifically designed to capture the eye and ear of the millennials. Carol said the same thing. Wonderful, Daniel Francis. Big congrats.
Image.
Yeah, missed by a decade. A little bit, even a little bit is a decade, yeah.
Hello.
Instead of a 50,
My daughter's filling me in.
And we have some new people who joined us today, like Nadie Lafon. Nadie Lafon is on at Walcott, Teston Redhead, Nicole Duke Westfield, Genevieve. Her daughter Zoe is in Europe. She's a model for me. Patricia Batiste and her lovely daughter Asia, Dominique LaRoche, Nigel Celestin, Mark Daniel Parks, Carl Jacobs. A lot of people who have not necessarily been on have joined us today. Thanks for joining us and sharing this time with us.
One person who's on the live.
Send shout outs so we could share. Yes, darling.
I want to say hello. Her name is Ansel Scope Marshall. She actually lost her father a couple of days ago. So she's in a bit of a, of course, everything that would happen when you lose a parent. So if we could just say hello to Ansel. Ansel, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ansel, and
our condolences. Our condolences.
This is a real tough time to lose people.
Yeah.
To lose people, I understand that well.
Is.
Yeah. Anyway, people, we're moving on because we're trying to keep up there. Let's go and play our game. Guess? Let's play that game.
Everyone, let's play that game. This game is for our online audience, preferably, so get your thinking caps on. Today we have some movie clips to test your memory. We'll play a clip from a movie, and you'll have to tell us the name of the movie. If you get the answer right, you get to ask any one of us on the panel just one question. And as I said, just one question. So run the first clip.
All right, you okay?
Yeah.
Oh.
What?
Hold on. Shorts up.
What are you doing? Why are you going under my shirt? What are you doing?
Jesus.
Jesus, what? What is it? What is it? What is it?
Anybody got a blowtorch?
Oh, God, Stephen.
Wow.
Stephen, you
So you all have to guess. You all have to guess what is the name of that movie. You all have to guess what. So let's go to Facebook. Vonnet, let's go to Facebook and see if anybody guessed the name of that movie. Once you guess the name of that movie and you guess it first, you will get a chance to ask anyone on the panel a question. That's your prize.
I don't even know the name of the movie. Is it Jumanji?
Nope.
No, because I don't know.
No, it's not. It's not.
I saw
It's from 2004.
Is it Anaconda 1?
Anaconda.
Anaconda is right.
Yes, right.
So
Anaconda is right.
Said Anaconda. Yeah. So Ron Oliver says Anaconda.
Oh.
Well, no, that's not the correct answer.
There's several anacondas.
Well, it's one of the anacondas, Ron. Is which one is it? Yeah.
Oh. He said Anaconda 1. I would have never even guessed it's Anaconda. If I didn't guess Anaconda, I would have to give me.
Let's give him that one. It's Anaconda.
Yes.
2.
Anaconda, we'll give it to him.
Anaconda 2. All right, Ron,
I
give it to you.
Yes,
Ron, you get to ask us. But I can't remember seeing that thing was gory boy. Oh gosh.
Anaconda 2, yes. Anaconda 2, that was done in 2004. Richard,
Ron Oliver, you get to ask us a question.
One question. Stephen, run the second clip.
We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Oh, shit!
That's easy.
I saw that.
That is easy.
I did not see that.
Come on, Facebook.
That is show all
People on
time.
Facebook. That is easy.
5 years ago. 5 years ago.
Keston Redhead got it. But kind of got it.
What is that?
Keston Redhead.
What he say?
Hi, Keston. He kind of got it. He kind of got it.
What he said,
Oh
Richard?
yes, well, oh gosh,
He kind of got it. He said San Andra. It's not exactly the name, no.
Well, yeah,
but he's close.
Get the boy the thing now, man.
He's close.
He said San Andrea Lutheran.
Yeah, he's
he
correct.
said San Andreas. Okay, cool. So he's correct.
Think of your question, sweetie. We're moving on to the third clip.
You can use this as your dating app pic.
Give you a little leg, you know?
Yeah. Woo. Oh, yeah. Jelly.
That's also an easy one. That's also an easy movie.
Yeah.
That's an easy movie to guess. Come on.
Ragu. I thought it was Jaws. It's not Jaws.
No, it's not Jaws.
It's bigger than Jaws, boy.
Well, everybody saying Jaws.
Yeah.
I have 3 people here saying Jaws. Is it Jaws?
No. Jaws is wrong. It's not Jaws. It's from 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years.
It's from 2 years ago. It's not Jaws.
Stephen, Mark Daniel is saying, well, with these movies you're showing, like you don't want nobody to go outdoors.
Yes.
That's
Stay home. Stay
home
home.
movie.
No,
Somebody says Jaws 1, 2, and 3.
I doubt anybody will get that.
That's an easy movie.
Yes, that's an easy one. That's pretty easy.
It's happened all the time on cable.
It's pretty easy. The most recent movie of a big shark
Simone Donovan said Sharknado. Is that?
No, that's not Sharknado.
I don't know. I don't know. What is that then?
Any questions?
Natasha Thomas got it. Natasha Thomas got it. Natasha Thomas got it.
Meg?
The Meg.
Yeah.
Yes, the Meg. MEG. Yeah.
I never see it. Richard well living on Netflix. I do that movie at all.
It's a megalodon.
Okay,
so we were still waiting. We're still waiting for questions from Natasha Thomas, Keston Redhead, and Ron Oliver.
Yeah, that's right.
Three of you all are supposed to ask a question of any member on the panel before you and answer.
The panel.
Yeah.
Well, Stephen, come with some better movies next time. Like I upset yes.
And wake you up on it.
Yeah.
No bacon shark.
Man back there.
No bacon shark. Thank God. That person.
So Penny, we could go along with the questions. So Penny, let's go along.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Okay, that was good though. That was real good. I see the man in the sea get eaten. Jellyfish. Yeah. Anyway, let it go. That was great though, Stephen. Thanks, sir. Okay, I'm wondering what to watch. Besides the movies we have just seen, I don't know why, but let's check out our next segment, OMG Live, what's on your screen.
Our movie today is a sci-fi thriller. It cannot be explained. It's called Proximity. Take a look.
What? You feel that?
What's your name?
Isaac. Cypress.
So, Isaac, can you tell us what happened that afternoon?
A meteorite with smoke trailing behind it appeared over the skies of Los Angeles yesterday.
Isaac, where you been? You got a minute? I want to show you something.
You're saying this is real?
Are you okay? You believe me, right? Where have you been for the last few days? Yeah, yesterday, day before. I'm not making this up. This really happened to me.
Okay.
You've been gone from work all week.
Did you have an encounter with an extraterrestrial being?
How does it feel knowing that people are saying that you're a fake?
Hi, Isaac. We have detained you against your will because we believe you have information that may be valuable to the future of our society.
Keep running!
When they come, we get one chance.
Do you think that we were exposed to something that could have changed us?
We have to be there when they come.
That's a bad idea. That's way too dangerous.
Do we really have another choice?
I remember what it was like, and I'm not going through that again.
Why did you take us?
That looks interesting.
In proximity to what?
It does.
In proximity.
Interesting.
I don't mind
Interesting.
that.
Yeah.
When I was little
At least.
I love a sci-fi,
yeah, I like
Richard,
I love a science fiction.
Richard Young, we have a question for you from Keston Redhead. And he wants to know, when did you decide, at what point in your life did you decide to pursue fashion?
Ooh. Okay. Answer now, yeah. Well, I was spotted, as a long story. I used to dance. Penny knows that back in the sometime we were National Dance Association dancers. And was spotted by a photographer who was visiting here. And I was much smaller than I am now. And she did a lot of photos of me. And then we sent photos off to Tokyo and New York. And I was booked by agencies because they liked my look and kept telling me to get skinnier, and I was bone dry. And I decided I wanted to come off stage from modeling because I did a bit of modeling at the time, and I wanted to produce the show. So I wasn't a designer of garments, but I had this knack for what looks well and how to make people move using my dance ability. And I used to be in a little primitive, no, I wouldn't say primitive, fundamental theater when I was in school, and I was always interested in theater from a literary perspective. So I studied sociology at university and was in the arts always on the fringe, and therefore I decided, you know what, I have to produce the shows with the designers, do their fashion layout, style their makeup, train the models. And so my area is production designing and branding the fashion designer for the world. So that's how I started, and it was incidental, accidental, and now I do it for a living. Thank you.
Nice.
Fabulous.
This question for Richard Raghubar Singh. Will Von at Bigfoot be cast in your next play?
Absolutely. Yes.
A quick and easy answer.
Simone Donnellan, and we'll take Simone's question. Simone is asking to the creatives on the panel, and we could choose one person. Do you feel cheated when people ask you to do work for free?
Oh. Cecilia, you want to take that?
Everybody is a creative, so
yeah,
everybody.
Yes, it is, and it is very tough because, as I always say, when we host shows for free, you all have paid for the lights, you pay for the tents, you pay for the makeup artist, you pay everybody except the artist do it for free. So that's where we have sometimes we feel a little cheated in that regard, because this is our livelihood. This is what I went to school to study and invested my time and my money in doing. This is my career, so I deserve to be paid for it, as do we all.
Yep.
Yeah. I think for a lot of Trinidadians and Tobagonians, I think they have a concept or a predisposition that creatives are doing the creative work as a hobby and not as a career or as a business or as an investment in a career. They think that you're just doing it as a hobby and nothing else. And I think so that feeds into why sometimes people can be disrespectful, Cecilia.
Mm-hmm. Because nobody is going to do it. No, because nobody's going to ask a doctor to perform a surgery for free. You know, you're going to get you're going by a dentist, and they're going to ask him to do it for free. I mean, I hear the disrespect. Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, let's move on. We're moving on to our next segment. Or do you have another question?
No.
Juan, do you have another question?
That's good.
No, we're
That's
good.
Great.
Our next segment is, so I was thinking.
So since Good Friday, we had Glorious Saturday, Easter Sunday. What has been going on in our minds? Let's start with Fournette. What have you been thinking?
For me, I come from a very large, in-your-face kind of family. I was raised by my grandparents. My grandfather is still alive. My grandmother died. My grandfather is 95. So my grandfather is kind of like the glue that keeps everything together. And we have a ritual that we do around Easter time, in that we go over to his house every Easter to watch 10 Commandments. So I would have watched 10 Commandments for every single year of my life, and he was watching it for however long. And sometimes I had to tell him, Daddy, you know exactly what Moses is going to do. You think we need to watch this again? But I found this weekend that I actually miss that. The freedom of going over to sit down and watch 10 Commandments and just sit down and just having family time. And I guess I would have taken that for granted in the past. So I was thinking a lot about that this weekend, the freedom that we have and the freedom that we're able to exercise all the time, and not having that freedom at this time. Yeah.
Cecilia?
Yeah, well, that's a lot about how I was feeling and thinking, as well. As I mentioned, my family, I spent a lot of time with them, and it was difficult this Easter, and I missed it. But that led me to think about the Trinidadians that are stranded in Barbados and Suriname and Margarita, and I really believe that we should bring them home. And that's what I've been thinking. I think Easter is a time of forgiveness and resurrection, and whatever they did and why they went and however they went, they did their time. Oh, come, let's bring our people home. That's what I have been thinking.
Richard?
Which Richard? And me, okay. What I was thinking is, I saw this line on social media. If you don't heal what hurt you, you'll bleed on people who didn't cut you. And it has been, it was like, if it just solidified and fortified a point of view that Aloy Johnson, who usually comes on, he has been telling me, and it really, and then you start thinking about, well, you need somebody to stop the bleeding, I suppose. So you say you might meet somebody who's a soulmate type. And then followed, so the thinking followed, because I saw this interview with Ava DuVernay, who did 13th, and she was talking to Oprah, and they talked about, if you see things as being done to you, you are not going to do something progressive and advance. It is because it was done for you. So you can even look at our situation right now and see that this contemplative time is a time for us to ourselves. So look at it as it was being done for us to emerge, you know? So that was what I went through my weekend thinking about.
Nice.
I like that.
Mr.
Right. Right. So I was thinking along the same lines as Cecilia about the people who are abroad. So I wouldn't go into that, because I just think it's our nationals, bring them home. That's fundamentally what I would always believe. But I was thinking, how do bandits not get recognized in masks? Because I have been wearing a mask everywhere I go, and people keep hailing me out. Hey, Raghuba Singh, hey, Richard, hey. So everybody recognizes me with a mask. How the hell they don't recognize the bandits? That's what I've been thinking.
They are not lead protagonists in our state, Richard. They are not lead protagonists in our state.
Bandits are not actors out there every day in your face.
Exactly.
Yes. But what I was thinking, and I think it's our trending topic too, and I want us to talk about it after as well, is this dog video that been going around. And it was real heavy on my mind this weekend. I mean, I even wrote a post about it. I don't understand how people could kill a defenseless animal in the first place. How we can look at an animal that is living and breathing and has some kind of emotion, because I think a dog could be happy. I think dogs could be sad, you know, and how can you kill an animal? I was really, really disturbed by that video this weekend, and humanity and how we as a human just think how that could be so easy, and how that could be kicks, and how you find fun in that kind of act. And I was really affected and really sad this weekend to know that there are human beings around me that could just kill an animal just like that. I mean, I heard about the dog, I saw that video, and then later on I heard about another dog that died at the hands of reckless humans, and I was really sad, and I really felt for the defenseless animals during this COVID time. Yeah, that was thinking. What are your thoughts about that?
Penny, I couldn't even watch that video. I couldn't watch it because people were saying, "Oh, watch it," and I said, "I can't watch that."
No. Why?
Those kind of things stay in my mind, and I don't know. I relive it. I become the dog. I start to think how that dog is feeling. So I couldn't watch it. I just wanted to know that they were caught and were dealt with however the law could deal with them. That's all I wanted to know. And they said yes, they were caught, and I said great.
That fine, Richard, that fine is only $400, and true.
Well, it's cruelty to animals is low because as a country, as a country, Trinidad and Tobago has a lot of laws that they need to update. There are a lot of laws that need to come off, in my opinion. I call them irritant laws. For example, obscene language, some other annoying language. I mean, seriously, somebody annoys you, police officer, and you arrest them, really. So I think there's some laws that need to come up, and there's some that needs to be updated in terms of penalties. But they always say that you could judge a society by how it deals with its children, its elderly, and its animals. And sometimes I wonder what really is our score as a country when we think about those three groups,
Yeah. And the thing about it, he wasn't only doing that. There were other people looking on and thought that this was nice and this was enjoyable and this is something that we need to put on Facebook. Other than the Facebook, there are people who thought that, share it and share it. I mean, I didn't look at the whole thing myself.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Absolutely right.
Why people say that we need to share? What is our
the only people you should have shared that? The only people who should have shared that with would have should have been the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service.
Yes, and TSPC.
That's who should have been shared to.
Yeah. And I know Gary is an animal lover, some people say. So maybe some things will be done in more than the regular.
In terms of upgrading the laws, yeah.
Yes.
And let's be careful what we put out there, people. Let's be kind.
Yes, guys.
Yeah, she's there. She's been saying hello, and tell everybody I love them, which is my little niece, as it were, because she's one of my models, her daughter Asia, and I wanted to say hello to her, and Genevieve Van Rieken, Christian Phillip, and there's one other person I wanted to reach out to, Anderson Morris. Yes, Vonette.
Yeah, we have a couple of people. Well, of course, our usuals. We have Ambika, then we have, I'm seeing Roger Saloom, Heather Spencer. Heather, I think, are you Penny's cousin? Mark Daniel Wade, Bernadette Best, of course, Mama Verna St. Rose, I call her, and just everyone else who's on the live right now. Thanks very much for staying with us during this period. And let's go.
Any comments on the topic that we discussed? Anybody
well, of course,
had any point of view?
People would weigh in on the dog killers. Of course, we all sharing the same opinion as it relates to the dog killers, and of course, they basically share the same opinion as us on the fact that creatives need to be paid for their work.
And we can share some of those tomorrow in our points VIPs.
Point of view.
Yeah.
But that's it, people.
All right. Yeah.
I look at go back to your siestas, go back to eat. I'm gonna boil some piwa right now. Not long and eat a piwa. I'm gonna boil some piwa for lunch. I'll have a late dinner.
Great.
What y'all doing later? Salas, what are you doing later?
Nothing. What do you mean? Watching television and just chilling out at home.
Yeah. Watch television in the bikini today. Do something different, people. Do something different. Do the same thing.
Oh, you boiling piwa, and all of a sudden you have a life. She boiling piwa, all of a sudden you have a life. I have a life. I go to boil piwa.
Richard, we're gonna exercise after this. Right? Let's go.
No, we have to
exercise.
We can't keep doing the same thing the same way, or else we'll get bored with ourselves, people. Find a different way to do the same thing that we're doing. Dress up
so
evening with your
we boiling Fiwa today and we roasting Fiwa tomorrow.
Exactly, roast a corn, do something else.
Exactly.
Outside your house and do something because you get
I
frustrated.
do everything every day. Yes.
Okay, people, that's the post. That's it. Please, we want our viewers to join us. Send us your comments, your voice notes, your video clip, your thoughts, your perspectives. Send it. Email it to info@omgtt.com so we can share it on OMG Live, the quarantine edition. Tell us different ways that you would find to spend the time. Send your opinions, people.
Okay, and before I go on to introducing Master Control, Aloy Johnson, I want to say hello to Joan Pierre. In fact, Joan could be one of our guests. Joan Pierre from Toronto is on, and I told Stephen that she would be a good guest. So Joan, I'm going to get in touch with you right after the show, and Tracy Shepard. So thanks to our OMG crew, our huge crew, our huge crew of Stephen Dubal making it for weeks of being isolated at home. It could get easy to forget what life in Trinidad and Tobago looked like and felt like just a few weeks ago. So we leave with some video clips from the tourism ministry and the music of a new soca artist called Reina and her new song, Be Free.
Yeah. And before we go, I just want to make a big shout out to Zomari. Happy birthday, Zomari Tanka. Happy birthday. Zo. And some people join us the same time tomorrow and at the same place, your house, your home, because you will be inside. And sign into OMGTT on Facebook. Thank you again, everybody who joined us. We love all you. And as we always say here on OMG, let's be kind
to each other, TNT.
We never get out of time. Never.
Just raise your hands up and let's celebrate.